Now I see Tekken personality quiz, and I'm like, all right, let's see. Let's take it. Let's find out what character I am according to a quiz. Let's see.
Sorry, I can't hang out. I gotta see what kind of pizza I am.
All right, which Tekken character are you? First question.
Number 25 in this list is the one I was talking about.
Let's see.
Which is like the main reason I wanted to play it, but never really could. Like the move itself is playing the character.
Said number 25?
Yeah, like there's a move list counter. It's at
Where is it?
50.
Oh, you sent it at that time.
Like what?
You sent it in that at that time. Really? That's
Yeah, the lariat. It's so sick. It's got accelerator, but accelerator isn't with us anymore.
Tekken looks good, man. I missed that song theme for some reason. That's nostalgic as shit. That's the lobby section, isn't it? Lobby music.
Yeah, online lobby.
Yeah. Which is your preferred class to play in an RPG game? Assassin class, support, crowd control class, tank, paladin class. I don't care. Warrior, bruiser. See, this is. I don't know what.
In MMOs.
Yeah. Well, they said RPGs, but yeah.
Well,
tank, paladin. Which character type do you prefer? Strong, I don't know, fast or balanced? We'll go strong. You are designing a new superhero and are about to add a form of transportation. Given a choice, you would prefer to give your superhero, I don't want to answer this, motorcycle, helicopter, bicycle, rollerblade, or horse. Oh, motorcycle. Don't give me how wrong because of that, dick. In a Tekken match,
wait, why do the superheroes have a...
like they're means of transportation. I get that.
Yeah, not like flight or teleport.
You would think, right? Yeah. But I guess a non-flight situation.
So a Batman.
Yeah, Batman.
Wait,
or...
he also flies, doesn't he?
No, he glides.
Like gadget-wise? Oh, whatever.
Yeah.
Follows my style.
In a Tekken match, you find yourself cornered against the wall. You have a sliver of life left, but your opponent misses his attack by a small distance, leaving him wide open for a split second. In context, your first instinct would be, I don't want to answer this question. Hop kick. I panic and press some button. My most powerful move, 4. Circle button. How naive of you to think that I play on fucking PlayStation. My most powerful move! Let's go! When you lose an intense video game, do you mentally...
That is not what you do, by the way. You hit a random button or you hit jab.
It's jab. Well, yeah. They didn't give me that answer.
You like back 2. It's like, the fuck did he do that for?
When you lose an intense video game, do you mentally try not to think about it? Want to turn off the machine, walk away, and do something else? Want to throw the controller against the wall so it breaks? Want to hide in a corner and consider what went wrong? See, that's unfair. Like, I would like to consider what went wrong, but I'm not hiding in a corner to do that, dick.
You're still like, well... I think it's that one. No.
It's the closest to it, but...
You'll shift from knowing what you went wrong into what is wrong. And that's basically the same as hiding in a corner.
Alright, guy. I'm only doing it because it's the closest thing to the answer. That was the last battle, by the way. I appreciate you guys playing this with me. Keandra with the 50 doubloons. Preesh. Let's finish this quiz. Do you prefer a male or female character? It should be a one or the other, right? Neither, cute girl, something in between. What, Claudio?
Leo.
Oh my god. Macho man, male, female, I don't care. Go with Macho Man.
You're not gonna get any of them.
How much do you like anime? I like anime a little bit. I hate anime.
Bullshit.
I like anime a lot. I prefer something else. It doesn't matter.
You're in a lot.
You think?
You like it more than me.
But a lot is the most, though. I don't know if I like it the
But
most.
the tier below the most is like whatever.
I like it a little bit.
Yeah, you're not that.
So am I closer to a little bit or a lot?
You're closer to a
Yeah,
lot.
I'm closer to a lot. I'm closer to a lot. I watch anime. I look forward to watching anime each week. Do I like robots? I prefer aliens. I like robots. No, I don't like robots. I don't care. I don't care. Would you prefer playing an easy or difficult character? I would prefer a medium difficult character. I would prefer an easy character. I would prefer a hard character. It doesn't matter to me. It doesn't. Aesthetics. Everything that matters. Select your preferred continent.
Damn. Bigotry inbound.
Fucking America. No, I don't care. I don't have a preferred continent. I have a preferred country, and that's America.
Continent?
Yeah, it's a continent. Like, continent I prefer?
Well, that's fine, I guess.
Is
well,
it?
No,
Is
it's
it?
not.
Does it even matter? Like, Antarctica, I don't prefer. How about that? I don't prefer Antarctica. But I don't care about any other place. What is your view on popular characters? I prefer to play popular characters. It doesn't matter to me. I prefer to play unique characters. I prefer to play unique characters.
No, it doesn't matter to you.
No, it definitely does.
No, because you're not a hipster fuck.
I am when it comes to this type of shit.
You pick characters based on their aesthetic and if they call out to you.
That is true. Aesthetic does matter. Let me read
Everyone played Fakaram and everyone hated Fakaram, and you were like, he's the truth.
He is the truth. Okay, you're right. You're right. Fine. But Fakaram is also unique, though. All right, you get it.
That's not what that question means.
Well, it was the questions don't match the answers. They're like, yo, is it this or that? Answer 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's supposed to be this or that, not this or that. ORTHIS. Like,
No, it's meant to be this. You're not playing balance game. You're taking a quiz.
select the shape that appeals to you the most.
Shape?
Yeah, these aren't even shapes. They're all squares, technically. It's image, graphic, different. Oh, wait. All right, whatever. First one is different shapes. It's a staircase looking thing with an X where a sun would be. Medium waves, which looks like a road sign for water. Thin spiral, which looks like a pubic hair on the floor. Outline circle, which looks like your standard circle. Thick outline triangle, self-explanatory. Solid square, self-explanatory.
This sounds like a stupid attempt at like assigning the controller buttons. To, like,
Right?
who presses them?
Yeah.
I would pick the watery one.
I bet you would, Rain.
Ah, that just means it's gonna be wavoo.
That's what I'm thinking this means. Like, staircase
others
with
are
the
just, like,
X is...
3 heavy.
I don't know what that is. Spiral is probably like 360.
Don't know what the
motion.
X is?
There is no X. Oh, fuck, right? I didn't see that. I'm going to go with square. Solid. Fundamental. A building block for pillars.
Yeah, I bet.
Select which color appeals the most to you. Deep purple, vibrant pink, sunlit yellow, just orange. We don't even have to look at the other answers. Come on, dog. Come on, dog.
Surprised there was even there. Why is that even? Wait, yeah. Why is that there? There's no.
I know,
orange.
right? There is no orange in Tekken. What did you prefer playstyle? I like to be defensive with punishment and pokes. I want to be aggressive with pokes and strings. I want to be in your face and grapple with throws. I want to confuse the opponent. I don't know yet.
I feel like you're in the last one.
Right? I don't think I have a playstyle. Yeah, because it doesn't matter, right? It's aesthetic. Whatever they do, I want to do that. I didn't play Lawbreaker because his shove was nasty and armored and shit. It just happened to be that way. If Lawbringer had like fucking peacekeeper shit and he like stabbed with fucking weapon, I'd probably still fuck with Lawbringer.
And you can still play all the characters differently.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly, right? You can play every single character defensive with punishment pokes. That's Tekken. You can be aggressive with pokes and streaks.
You're still like in like passive isn't the right word, but it's the best I can think of. You're in like a passive state where you're just like downloading information.
Yeah.
Still.
And then you have to adjust. What are your thoughts on furry characters? Oh yes, more furry, please. You know what? We gotta stop this. This week, I've fuck you. This week, I've been on some like self-improvement shit. Like, I already believed that I should be like not careful, but like, you know, not nicer, but like I should appear more understanding. I already am understanding, but I shouldn't say certain things that others who maybe not know me as well would take a different way. So we gotta stop this. People who like furries wouldn't say, oh yes, more furry please. They wouldn't say that. More furry please? What? Fuck out of here.
Not in like an insensitive or joking way, but I feel like they would. Why not?
I think, like, just replace furry with something else you like.
Yeah.
So
exactly.
more Lily please?
Waifus.
Is that what you say?
Like, if it was like waifus.
Like, what do you think of Lily?
Yes, more waifus.
Okay, what if it was... Okay, fine. Characters, fine. What if it was cute, French-sounding girls with frills? More of that? Or would you be like, nah, I just want more of Lily? Like, you wouldn't even say more French girls with frills. You'd just be like, I want to see this character more often. Not more of that. Furries. And furry's not even like a character.
That was like, I don't know if you, well, no, I guess you wouldn't see it anymore, but my old, basically all the characters I played in fighting games that I didn't actually play, like just games that I owned and like wanted to try, there's like a clear archetype that I always end up at.
But is it, but like, okay, let's just say that it is the archetype. Now that you're being directly asked, what are your thoughts on that archetype? More of that archetype, please?
Yes.
Okay, fine. Then furry say it. I'm gonna say I don't know what this is or I don't care because I don't give a shit. I don't want no furries to be in games. That's a little oppressive. I don't care. Can I have Miguel, please? That's all I care about. Is Miguel or Dudley in this game? Yes, cool. No, I'm out. That's how it is.
You're getting Jin. You said you like orange and motorcycles.
I'm getting how wrong if that's the case, yo. Select the archetype that appeals the most to you. Unique style, magician, kung fu, karate, dancer, I don't care, ninja, brawler. Unique style is neat.
I want to say
brawler
or dancer.
Dancer, like Muay Thai, but that's not necessarily kung fu. And it's not karate. It's a unique style amongst these, but brawler is probably like being able to like fight somebody and then powerbomb them whenever, but not necessarily wrestle them. Whatever. View my results. Paul Phoenix. That's close. I like Paul. Paul is an extremely overconfident individual who never doubts himself. Good start. His overconfidence tends to get the better of him as his ego spins out of control, and the end result usually leaving Paul in difficult and awkward situations. 2 for 2. Despite this, his attitude has never changed throughout the years, and he still strives for becoming the best in the universe.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Paul has always been portrayed as being short-tempered, albeit kind-hearted, slightly dim-witted, shut up, brash, shut up, loud and totally presumptuous, shut the fuck up. Say something. Okay. He considers Kazuya his rival, though Kazuya tends to see him as little more than a nuisance at best. Paul shares a deep friendship with martial law despite the two's constant squabbling. That sounds like all of my friendships with particular people in high school. I'll just leave it at that. canceled. I like Paul. I could see me playing Paul in like I don't know. If like I think I said this to you. If Miguel didn't exist, I would probably be playing Paul. Because he has the same things that I liked about Miguel when I started. He's got big damage. Just big hooker damage. And that's cool. Miguel just has a bit...
When you brought that up, you said Steve or... what's his name?
No, I already played Steve.
I
already played Steve.
Yeah, but you didn't play Steve when Miguel wasn't here.
Well, no, I'm talking about like when I like the choice of me playing Miguel in Tekken 6. If Tekken 6 wasn't a thing, then that's like that was the era where I started developing as like a competent fighting game player. It wasn't like I was fully realized, but that was when it started. Where like I hit the reset switch on all I thought I knew in fighting games and started fresh. They just made it easy by making it a brand new character. I don't think I would have played Steve like I played Miguel if Miguel didn't exist. I would be playing Steve like I played Steve then, but Steve wouldn't be that guy. It could have been Yoshimitsu, but I don't think Yoshimitsu would have stuck. It would have been a character with heavy hits and a bit of flair. So it would have either been Brian, Paul, maybe Brian, maybe Paul. Heihachi was too intimidating. And he feels like a dexterous character.
I feel like Brian would be too intimidating too, but I could see you putting Paul.
Like the taunt would have sold me for Brian. That's why I liked him.
Yeah, but the just frames on Paul would do the same.
Yeah. The hula, like the reason why I didn't play Paul was because I had homie code, sort of. Like this was before homie code was a thing, but it was still there. So like when I was playing Jin, Steve, and Yoshimitsu, and me and Todd would go to the mall every week, the guy who was running the arcade, or at least one of the employees who had like the highest score in all these games and shit, obviously, he was a Paul player, and it was aggravating and terrifying playing against him. And so that kind of made me be like, all right, well, I'm gonna stick to my characters, because you know you want to play your own shit, and you definitely don't want to give off the impression that you're playing a character because somebody else beat you with that character. But because that happened before Tekken 6, I could see myself playing Paul. I explicitly liked Paul in Tekken 4 too. I liked the look where his hair is down.
Like the rocker look.
Is that the vibe you got from it, rocker?
Yeah.
I guess. Like I got like either like lazy man or like no, that's what I got. I got like t-shirt and some sweatpants. Rocker works. Sure.
Rocker.
Yeah. Paul's cool, man. Like personality wise, Paul resonates with me more than pretty much every other character in Tekken. Like, I don't resonate with Miguel's...
Lei.
He does care about justice. Lei is up there, too.
He's a cop.
Well, I don't want to be a cop. I want to be a judge.
Yeah, I know, but in the justice part.
Yeah, exactly. Right? Lei, Paul... There's got to be somebody else, though. Heihachi.
Don't do that.
I will do that.
Don't do that to yourself.
His personality resonates with me.
Because that goes against what you just said about justice.
We said personality, not actions, all right?
Not even that. Like, thoughts, ideologies.
What? Like, I'm not looking at Heihachi's ideologies when it comes to resonating with me. It's how he conducts himself. Him and Paul have the same... like mindset. They're really similar. And he gets fucking wacky and goofy too, just with a fucking bear. He's such a badass. Fuck people, yo. I got bears, dog. That sounded wrong. Yeah, like it's not that they're cocky. I don't think Paul is a cocky character. I think he's determined, and I think he's got a forward-leaning mindset. wanting to be the best in the world doesn't make you cocky. Doesn't make you arrogant either, especially if you're good at it, right? Like Paul is good. So that's not cocky. That's I'm good. That's not arrogant. It's I'm good. Like to me, confident is I want to be the best in the world. Arrogant is I'm better than you. If you're going to be the best in the world, you'll never have to say I'm better than you. You're the best in the world. It's natural. That's Heihachi. I'm the strongest. Do something about it. Go ahead. Shoot me. All right, that's kind of cocky, but still, like
Heihachi literally says, "Justice is an empty concept."
That's because he's technically a villain. So, of course, if you're the villain and you've got people who are trying to arrest you for justice, of course your ideals are going to be like, dude, fuck your justice. I'm trying to kill my son. Leave me alone. And he's been betrayed.
I don't know how this counts about playing this on stream, but
let it rip.
I don't know how that's going to go.
Let it rip.
But at this timestamp.
All right. Ooh, classic.
Stay back! This is family business.
I don't understand it. Why would someone as powerful as you throw your own son into the canyon? And why are you now flooding the world with weapons and planning its destruction? Why is the world your enemy instead of your own hatred?
Then tell me what you consider justice.
Justice?
Rationale is a better word. Is the truth your rationale for living life like you do?
What do you mean?
Just this. Words like justice and truth are empty concepts that have led societies through cancerous histories. Through the ages, those who have blindly believed in these absolute truths have fought and died over empty platitudes. Today, you'll find people mistaking their own greed for truth and eating the planet out from under them and condemning themselves to total annihilation. Chanting their democracy and their freedom as though they were a religion. They're cheerfully justifying their journey towards self-destruction.
But how does any of that justify the way you've lived your life?
Don't you get it? The only way to truly salvage this disgusting world is to destroy everything on it so a new world can be rebuilt.
You monster! You threw your son into the canyon specifically to place that dark hatred in his heart. You've groomed the perfect successor for your plans of carnage and genocide.
My Tekken will create the destruction of the devil and the renewal of the gods.
No one has that kind of right.
Okay, so he's a philosopher. Kind of resonates.
Yeah, complete opposite philosophies.
Hey, we said personalities, not ideals, okay? Like Paul's ideals is to be the best in the world. I don't want to be the best in the world. I just want to be great. I just want to be really, 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 really good. That's it. I also don't like losing, so at some point, naturally, like at whatever it is that I'm doing at a competitive level, I don't want to lose. So obviously I would strive to not lose, but I'm not striving to be the best, right? We're led to the same destination, but the engine that gets us there are different brands. I want to be really, really, really good. And if you are better than me and you don't think that you're the best, that means I need to get better to your level so that I can see if that's the case. And if I run into other people who are your level, then that means there are more people who are at this level than I thought, which means I need to be even better. And if you're beneath me, just in this example, if you're beneath me, but you're still really, really, really good, I'm satisfied. Unless there are more yous in this new tier. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a never-ending cycle, and I'm content with it. People who want to be the best see an end. They want to stand at the top. I don't mind perpetual growth, so long as growth is happening. So long as I'm improving, I'm happy with that. So Paul's ideals doesn't match with mine, but his personality does, and so does Heihachi's. Heihachi, like, you can't compare ideals with Heihachi, really. Like, the dude grew up in a, I would assume, a turbo strict environment. And he was raised as a fighter. So he developed and probably adopted the ideal that the strong survive. And that there's the strong and then there's the weak. And as a fighter, you have to be strong or you lose. And if you lose, you may die. So strength is everything. Important. Then, the love of his life tries to kill him. Betrayal at that point. And then, his kid is possessed by some fucking devil. What is he to do? Justice is he's supposed to have a happy wife.
The love of his life.
Huh?
How is it the love of his life?
You don't think so?
Isn't Lars older?
Hey, where's his mother?
In Sweden, Scandinavia somewhere?
Okay, is her animal on his back? Just saying. Kazumi is definitely the love of Heihachi's life, for sure.
Oh, wait, you think that's the tiger?
That is the tiger. That is definitely like her. That tiger is resemblance of Kazumi. Fucking look it up.
It's resemblance of his dojo. He always had the tiger on his back.
I'm pretty sure it was because of Kazumi, but I can't prove it.
Be neat, though.
So I will concede this. But he cares about Kazumi at the very least. A lot. And I'm sure to this day he would be married to her if she didn't try to kill him. I mean, now I think about it, did Heihachi even know Kazumi when he got with whoever Lars' mother was?
No.
Yeah, so
She was just like...
the last one, right? Well, probably not. Probably not, but...
Definitely not. She was like just a student at his dojo.
Right.
And I feel like there was a significant age gap.
There was. But it's Japan. And it's old Japan. So it could have been anywhere else too. But yeah. And then all the shit with this kid, and then his kid had a kid. Like, justice is y'all are supposed to be normal. And we're supposed to run the Zaibatsu because I killed my dad for this. Like, come on, guys. Come on.
Because that's normal.
He probably killed his dad. I can't defend that. All right. Point is, maybe his dad was like turbo strict and he snapped. Again, the household is broken. So his ideals are bred from a broken household. I can't begin to compare. I can, but I can't begin to compare like his ideals to mine based on our upbringings. So, yeah, like each ideals are born from experiences. And since I'm not Heihachi and I'm not Paul, it's okay for our ideals to happen. But personality, I don't know if it's genetic. I don't know yet, but I resonate with those. I'm sure there's somebody else that I resonate with. I definitely don't resonate. Like, I'm thinking about the characters that I like the most. I definitely don't resonate with Steve's. I don't resonate.
Bruce.
I resonate with Bruce to a degree. But Bruce is similar to Heihachi. Like, he grew up in rough streets, like rough streets, just rough American streets. But I do appreciate, like, wanting to, like, help out the youth and make sure that they are on the right path. I get that. But he's just a good guy, so I can't say that. He's a good guy and I like that, but I don't know if I resonate with his personality. I don't know him like that. What is his history? What do we know about Bruce? He's strong, and Kazuya likes him. That's all I got.
World champion kickboxer, that's all I know.
Yeah.
And he has a thing for birds, I guess.
I mean, all these characters are super fantasy based, man, so it's hard to resonate with a lot of them.
King 1.
Yeah. But see, the thing is, the wrestler, like, archetype resonates with me the most because all wrestling is hard work. Hard work and training. I resonate with that just naturally. Well, not naturally, but like through my upbringing.
And entertainer.
And entertainer. Yeah. And tigers.
And after like the kids in the orphanage.
Yeah, well, see, again, that's just good guy stuff. Of course, I'm gonna resonate with good guys.
It's not just that though. It's like specifically the youth.
Yeah. Who else?
Roger.
I don't know Roger's story.
That's fucked up.
Like, didn't he cheat on his wife or some shit?
Yeah.
Bitch, you got kids, dog. What the fuck are you doing? Maybe Xiaoyu. Xiaoyu
Why?
plays like a huge part in the Tekken universe. She normalizes Tekken.
Which is weird.
Yeah.
But
Like, I feel like
feel
she's
like
the bridge
fickle.
that connects the
or at least
people.
the people that design Xiaoyu are fickle because she's different in every iteration.
Maybe that's because they care so much and they want to keep upgrading her.
Well, they can't figure it out.
Yeah. But yeah, she's the youth. I feel like that's probably it. She represents the youth. Like, she's
Well, now it's Chloe.
how old is Chloe? She's the youngest, really?
Younger than Xiaoyu. I mean, if the game itself is 20 years old.
Oh. Well, yeah. I would say she does. She represents like just doing normal people stuff. Going to the mall, theme parks, hanging out with friends. Like, yeah, me and Todd did all of that, yo.
That's like what Miharu was, though.
Miharu is the friend. That's just a fucking magnifying glass on the portrait that Xiaoyu paints. Xiaoyu is the energy
but
that revolves around.
Xiaoyu is like, she covers too many faces that doesn't match normal.
Yeah, that's why she's a
Like
Tekken
training
character.
long. Like what?
What? She can't have a master?
Do you know anyone with a master?
They're martial artists.
At normal.
They're martial artists. Yes.
Miharu isn't.
She's not a Tekken
But
character.
she fights exactly
No.
the same.
It's Tekken
With the
Tag
big-
Tournament. The fucking waiter. The butler of Lily fucking fights, man. Shit, man. Professor, what's his face? Boskanovich fights. It's tag,
Well,
man.
he kind of fights on accident.
I would love to like
No, he is a
reevaluate Dr. B. He's probably like more fun than Lei.
He's hella fun.
Yeah.
Wait, yeah, I could play Lei and tag. If I wanted to try him, I mean.
Just buy the fucking season pass.
But I already have like all the pass, so why would I do that?
You don't have Lei though?
I don't have Lei or Ana. That's it.
Does it discount the season
All
pass?
of the DLC I'm missing.
Well,
And bowling, I guess.
dude, they need to no, it's bowling. No one wanted that shit. It should have been Tekken Ball, man. Why bowling? Tekken Ball! That was a
Yeah,
treat.
Tekken Ball is hype.
Yeah.
Unless you play True Ogre, then you're scum.
Except if I resonate with True Ogre, I'm scum.
Yeah, I said unless you play True Ogre. Then
Oh
you're
yeah,
scum.
you're a cheater. There's gotta be. I want to do one more character that I resonate with.
One more what? Someone you resonate with?
Yeah. Dude, I don't want to say it. No, I'm not that edgy, fortunately.
Forest.
Nah. But I'm beginning to. I need money, and I'm feeling foresty. Yo.
Well, Paul does that too, doesn't he?
Yeah. Yeah. But Forest or Martial law. I'm feeling martial law these days. Yeah,
Although Marshall can cook.
Yeah, and I'm learning.
It's like
Well, can he? I mean, that pepper. I'm saying that pepper chicken is a little too spicy.
Too damn spicy.
um.
Did you even? Oh, never mind. You said Miguel, but I don't think that counts.
Yeah. Like, but the thing is I think we're all seeing Miguel in the lens that people saw me growing up.
Lars?
I don't know enough about Lars.
Hero of justice.
Is he?
He doesn't play the part of order or chaos. He's the middle ground of what's right.
All right, fine. Say Lars.
And he has it's not a tiger, but he has a
lion. There's a difference. I don't like big cats. I don't like cats. I like tigers. I like tiger-like cats. I will accept cats with stripes.
Get some paint.
Yo, give me your cat.
My cat has stripes already.
Give me your cat.
Why?
Yeah, stripes.
Will you take it?
No. Can't do that to you. Wait, did I say what's his face? Shit. I'm gonna say Ganryu. Sucker for love, man.
No. Well, you could say Violet if you want to do that.
Is he a sucker for love?
Isn't that his whole thing?
I don't know what Violet is, to be honest. He's a genius, I'll give him that.
No, that's Lee. Violet's just like there. Like Violet's like the tiger.
Violet's like more fraudulent than fucking Julia.
Tiger.
Ooh, yeah, tiger for sure.
Fuck all this fighting and shit.
Yeah, let's
party.
Let's dance. And while we're fighting, I'm dancing. So like that's why I like Miguel so much, because he gives me those vibes. That's why I like Lei too. Like they're not fighting, they're playing, yo. Like when I see,
and you have the passive of Tiger is an Eddie, so you can't go Eddie. You're safe.
Oh God, they're never gonna put Tiger back in Tekken, man.
Wait, was he in Cross Tekken?
No, his outfit was though.
Outfit.
It was Dudley's, so it was perfect, yo. It was so perfect, yo. I blinded so many people with fucking Tiger's outfit, them gloves, yo. Whee! I tell you, I tried playing Cross Tekken, but it wouldn't let me. I might try again. Yeah, I might try it again.
Well, alright, if you're gonna try it, then let me know how it goes.
Yeah. It has to launch first, though. It's just gotta launch. It's like the only world where I'll be able to play fucking Dudley. Go back to Dudley King.
You wouldn't play Third Strike?
I do. But I don't. Alex is in 5 now, so there's no point. And apparently he got buffed.
Dudley.
They better not put Dudley in 5. I want to see Dudley in.
No, I mean, Dudley would be the point.
I mean, yeah, but the same logic applies there too. Dudley's in fucking 4. And I think he's better. I mean, he's the best in Third Strike.
You don't have 4, do you?
But that's harsh. No, not for PC.
I still almost want to play 4, but I know that will get crushed like within 20 minutes of actually playing.
Yeah. Because it would have to be Ultra. And even I don't know how that would go because I didn't play much Ultra. My stick broke.
Wait, yeah, Ultra ruined Jury for me.
Did it?
And it made me like only play Sakura, which wasn't bad. It just
That's so
I don't
crazy
remember today
too,
with Sakura.
man. Because Jury and Sakura are really good in 5, apparently. Or at least Sakura is.
Yeah,
That's
Jury is totally different in 5 though.
yeah.
Like they couldn't pick what Jury was gonna be.
I think they couldn't do what they
Spirit
could with Jury in 5 with the mechanics, with like the engine or something that they did in 4. I heard that was one of the main reasons why Abel wasn't in there. Like the
What
way
the fuck did Abel do?
juggle, he juggled the
and-
fuck out of people.
No, he didn't.
Yeah, he did, yo. The wall catches with the roll kick, roll kick, roll kick, air grab, fucking super.
You can't air grab twice.
Think you could?
No. Oh, Omega, you could. That's not.
No.
Omega doesn't count.
What are you talking about? Cross Tekken?
No, Omega was like a special edition that you would have to turn on in Ultra.
No.
Everyone had
Not that.
extra weird shit.
Not that. Like, I'm pretty sure it was like roll kick, roll punch, or roll kick, roll.
No, he had a step kick.
Step kick.
Like Fakaram's 3, and then wave dashing after. So I guess
Yeah.
James step.
Roll. I feel like he hit you, and then you were like floating in the corner. Air throw, and then you bounced off the wall. I felt like you bounced off the wall.
No, it's Falling Skies is his only air throw. It's just like you grab him out of the air and you slam down.
Do they
Or
bounce off the floor?
You would launch and then wait like 4 frames and then do Ultra 1. That's all you could do. Well, I guess you could step kick and that would like make them float weird.
Dude,
and you
I
could cross
know
them.
you juggled people with fucking Abel. Like it was no one's business, man.
You had. No, he was a grappler.
I know. He struck. He was like, well, he was a striker grappler, right? Hold on.
Yeah. Dudley had better combos. Most people had better combos, actually.
I knew I wasn't losing my shit, yo. Look at it. Why Abel
Let's see.
isn't in Street Fighter 5? Look at this shit, yo. Dude's got bounds. He bounces you on the floor
Dude, that's
twice.
not. That's fucking Omega.
Oh, that can't happen? Oh,
No.
okay. Yeah, why is these?
Wait, this isn't even Omega. This is a mod.
Is it? Oh.
Yeah. There's no wall bounce. Of his fucking throat. Yeah.
Yeah, so I was like, yo, I could have sworn I saw this somewhere, yo. Are you sure? Are you
I love these
sure?
kind of videos. Yeah.
That's funny.
There's I don't know if I could ever find it because the title of the YouTube video is literally just what, like WAT,
Oh.
and it's like a weird compilation of like wonky moves.
Oh, in Street Fighter, I've seen videos
Yeah.
like that. Yeah.
It's basically that. Oh wow, found out immediately. Never mind. But it's basically that. And Omega was relatively close, just like within more playable limits,
Why did they actually release Omega mode?
because it was free.
Yeah, but why?
You don't even remember it, so who cares?
Yeah, I never played Ultimate or Ultra. My stick died on me on day 1, yo. I was so hyped to play, yo. Like, yo, fucking red berries, oh boy, red focus too. Holy shit, this is gonna be great. Boosh. Wait, I can't block? Wait, what's happening here? Wait, my stick. I was devastated. It took a while for me to get over that too. Then I broke my back.
Fun times.
Yeah. And then Damas was
Sorry.
like, "Don't worry, dog. You can play Skullgirls on your PC. I got you, fam." Oh, it didn't work, and I ended up buying Skullgirls again when I was able to at least sit up for about 15 minutes at a time. I said, well, I can't play Ultra, so I'll try playing Skullgirls on controller.
Hey, guess what?
What?
Skullgirls is, well, the game isn't, but second encore, and all the characters are free now.
So all the money that you spent is wasted. Well, $2.50 for Beowulf.
Me?
Yeah, didn't you give me Beowulf?
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah.
I thought you meant because I bought the game 4 times.
Oh. Yeah, how do you feel?
PC, PS3, 360, and the Vita.
I keep asking myself if I want, like, I want to play something seriously, but I don't. I just need to play more For Honor. I got my controller fixed. It's time for me to get back to For Honor. Dark Souls had a chance. I came into Dark Souls being like, I'm not going to play PvP. I'm just here to beat the game and then maybe, like, do some New Game Plus.
Is it over?
Dark Souls?
Yeah.
At least on Social Saturdays as a mandatory title. It might be played, like, casually every now and then, but, yeah.
As in, like, you accomplished what you wanted to?
Yeah, I just want to beat the game once. And then I realized, I'm Hdeezus. I'm a goddamn champion. It's just too easy. I blinked and it's over. We can do some more builds. Let's.
Right. Pausing to look up a guide every 12 seconds.
It wasn't a guide, all right? I wanted to make sure that the weapon had decent stats at certain levels, all right? I did my research. Didn't want to fuck up. And one, you say guide like I looked up how to beat bosses. I did not. You were there as I was getting my ass handed to me. There was a strategy guide. I would do it. Now, granted, I did accept the advice.
No, I was watching you doing, like, Twitch acting. You'd be like, oh, this game's so hard. Win. You keep dying. And it's like, just win. Shut up.
That,
win.
no.
Happen. And then you do, and then it's like, wow, I'm so surprised.
I'm actually, what's the word I'm looking for? Honored? No. I'm glad that you've given me such credit. I'm happy. Yo, that's some WWE acting shit. No. To be honest with you, it was a gambit. It literally was. Like, when I think I explained it. Like when I do most things, I'm at like 60% max, maybe 65%, right? And
Good to know.
Huh?
Good to know.
Okay. And that's because it's better for me to jog 2 miles than to run for a quarter of a mile. I'll get more. I'll have more growth, and I'll perform better in the long run if I'm not sprinting out the gate. So when I'm playing Dark Souls, there are a series of choices. Do I take the risk by playing it safe? Do I take the risk by attacking? Do I take the risk by rolling forward? Do I take the risk by not rolling too much? Shit like this. And so at a certain point, I understand the mechanics. I have a understanding of like the boss's mechanics. This was made very clear on day 1 of Dark Souls. When I got to the first boss, I was trying to parry him because I was like, okay, I know what I have to do for bosses. Understand their attack patterns and then understand how to exploit them. And then Damas shattered my dreams. Hey, dog, most of these bosses, you can't parry. Huh? What? Yeah. You're going to have to roll. But I want to block and parry. And then he didn't tell me, but I learned the lesson real quick. Blocking fucks your stamina, and then you get doo, and then you take a lot of damage after that. So maybe not try to block everything. All right. But yeah, so the 2 times that you were like just win, I got lucky And then I decided, you know what? I'm going to be turbo hard on myself. And there's a price to pay when I'm that hard on myself. That means I'm giving it all I've got here. If I lose, I take a significant hit. So I got lucky. You say just win, and I'm like, all right. So this will be the game that I treat it as if I can't try it anymore. I've got no more quarters left. And it's good encouragement on top of that, yo. I get hyped. It's fun. Like you asked me about calming myself down. Shit goes the other way too, man. We can hype ourselves up and be cool. All you have to do is say the no. See, it's not a superpower. All right, it's not a gift that I have. It's not a superpower that you have, but it helps.
I can't normally do that.
It's the best form of encouragement.
I almost can never do that. I don't think.
Yeah, just get hyped. Just get hyped. My guess for you is that you're operating at like 13%. So hype to get to 100%, it takes more effort. I'm at 60, so I'm already warmed up.
No, it doesn't necessarily have to be an outside thing, but it has to be
Stars gotta combine a little bit.
An action or a feeling, not a thought.
Yeah. It's kind of just like I can do it. Yeah.
I don't have a switch I can flip. Like even if there's like a crash after, like a caffeine of motivation, like I can't do that.
I resonate with Bigelow.
Wow, unreal.
I can do this.
My gosh.
So yeah, I just put it all. I put it all on the line. Then and there, just win. To me, it's the best kind of encouragement. It's because it could be fake, but it's still true, right? Like if someone's
Fucking blinded the shit out of me.
if like someone was a little ditzy and they were feeling down, and then someone's like, "Hey, you're not ditzy, you're beautiful." Like that's fake, right? That's fake encouragement. But then you walk in the room and is like, "Hey, be smart." Shit, like
that would just be taken as, damn, I'm dumb.
Well, you're not smart enough to be smart, and if you accept that you're not winning or you haven't won yet, then just win. If be smart is what you're being told, then that means you haven't proven to whoever you need to prove it to that you're smart, even if it's yourself. So go do it. Prove that you're smart. If you're not smart, get smart. If you are smart, prove that you're smart. It's just fact. It's not even encouragement. It's just the truth that you've been not conflicted with, but
that drive isn't universal.
Of course not. It all comes down to if you're equipped with drive. Do you want to win? If so, then you do have that drive. You do. Is there? You like just win. It's a large statement. It's if you're doing the same thing over and over again and it's not working, but you know what to do to win, do it. If it's too hard or you're taking too many risks, take less risks, but don't die. If you're dying because you're getting hit off of some extra shit, then stop hitting so much. If you're getting hit because you're not full health, keep yourself full health. Do all of this and the end result will be win. It's easy. All you have to do is do it. Conclusion, just win. It's a lot and a little. And then you're like, you know what? Yeah, I'm fucking up way too much. I'm letting myself panic, calm down, but focus. Do what needs to be done. Get it done. Oh! And then it just happens, man. The fucking sparks fire up. You're turbo focused and you're hype at the same time. But come on, the way that ended was sick. I feel like I should have clipped that. The way I ended it too, I did some Spartan shit. No! I was about to die too. Oh, my stamina was gone. That was literally my final attack. Oh, A lot of fights went that way too. That was the best part. A lot of fights ended that way. Epic. Epic. It was a good journey. So much so that I might play... Nah, I'm done. If Dark Souls 4 comes out, I'll try to play it as early as possible because that's the only time it'll mean something to me. Like, if Dark Souls comes out, I have to play it on day one. So that means I have no information at all. Like, I don't feel like anything was taken away from me because I had the information, because I didn't want to play Dark Souls. I didn't want to deal with it. But because I put myself in that situation, then that means I wanted to get it right the first time. If Dark Souls 4 comes out, then I don't mind taking the journey that way. Because I understand how the stats work and how, like, building them up works. To a decent degree, at least.
Do a hardcore mode.
No, see, that's what I explicitly do not want to do in Dark Souls. I don't plan on speedrunning, doing a blank only, doing a no blank.
No, it's a do whatever you want. Just don't die. It's just win the game mode.
Well, I already did that then. It's New Game Plus.
You didn't die?
No, I died. But not dying, like, that means I have to start over if I do die?
Yeah.
No, I don't want to do any of that. I don't want to do none of that. Why do I want to do that? I don't want to do none of that. Because I can get invaded and shit. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that.
Unplug your internet.
I could. I mean, I think I can just straight up play offline, but... nah. I mean... If I can do it on New Game Plus with my full build, probably do that.
Well, do enemies scale up?
Yeah, up to a certain point. Like, they stop leveling up after New Game Plus 7, I think.
But you're not at that point, right?
No, man, New Game Plus 3.
I don't know. I'm just kidding, by the way. Don't do that.
I'm not doing that. I'm doing Fashion Souls and now, if anything.
Don't think that I wanted that, I guess.
Okay. I feel like if anything you'd want a speed run.
No.
You sure? I felt like you enjoyed
Not from you.
Resident Evil. Not for me. Why is that?
You're not fast. Seeing you speedrun something might be interesting, but there's a disconnect with speedrunning where I and most people that watch speedruns only watch games that they're interested in already. And I don't think you're interested in anything that I would want to see speedrun.
No, definitely not.
Even the games that I want to speedrun, I don't want to speedrun.
Yeah, you put yourself in fuck
There's a
situations
7-hour
with gaming.
game.
You
It's
should be like,
hard pass.
you should get paid to do some of this shit. Like, I would like to say that you should be a game tester, but they don't get paid well, so don't do that. But
Oh, something you could do is like a side category though. Like how I started with data.org. It's like when I was slow, it was like a 25-minute speedrun.
you said a game or a task?
A side category. So it'll be dependent on the game, I guess.
Oh, a speed run?
Yeah, it could be like a boss rush or first from new game to get to this item or to this point in the story or something. Just like sections, I guess. Like, I forget the name of the item, but race to the sword in Skyrim that you like.
Find me like the shortest speed run. And I can do that.
Super Mario Brothers. It's like a 13-second speed run to the credits.
Wait, to the credits?
To the credits.
No, not the fastest.
It's a credits warp.
Wait, how's it work?
You like through a series of very precise, odd events, you trick the game's memory into
Thinking you beat it.
turning an item into a warp spot, like the bottom of a pipe or something that changes the screen,
Mm-hmm.
into the thing that loads up the credits. It says you game over, like you win. So like 13 seconds from loading in, you like find a Yoshi, eat an apple, spit the apple, chase the apple on screen up until it just barely perfectly hits a Koopa shell, and then like the game ends.
Hey, you did it, man. Animal abuse.
Me? I didn't do that. I
No,
played
no. The game is telling you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you did it. Hey, what else do we need to show you?
Like honestly, to be fair, that's way harder than the actual game, and the game is kind of hard to me.
No, see,
Well, no, I played Cat Mario. I've never played actual Mario. Cat Mario is fucked up.
wait, you've never played a like Mario? Super Mario?
No,
None of that? Mario
played-
64?
Mario Party once,
What do you think?
and it just disappeared. Never a Mario Kart, never an actual Mario game.
How'd you think? What do you think of
I'd still-
Mario
I
Party?
would still today be willing to try 64.
Mario 64 is the truth. I'd love for you to stream that.
Yeah, but the camera angles would be rough by today's standards, going back to then without a nostalgia factor.
Honestly, Mario
I feel
64
like
is actually pretty good about the camera angles.
And I played shittier camera games that I would still play now, so
Like, it's just,
I'd get over it.
yeah, it's just not smooth. So,
It's very precise though. Like
yeah.
I don't ever like die to enemies in platformers. It's like you fell off the cliff and now it's game over. It's like fuck.
Hmm.
Because he has like momentum, like he slides, and I'm not good at controlling that.
Mm.
But I do like the idea of momentum in movement tech, and that game's like hella movement tech.
The thing that tripped me up was the triple jump. Like,
Yeah, I would like that. I think.
I would always fall off platforms like at 2.5 jumps. Like I wanted the third jump. But I fucking started it too late.
Yeah, but even like the idea of like there's not a fork jump, right? So there's a stopping point,
Right.
but you still like keep a ton of speed from doing the last jump. That when you start doing the next string of jumps, you're still going faster. It doesn't like accelerate, but you don't stop. Is the point.
Yeah.
And like all of the movement tech in the platformers that I've played, with the exception of Ratchet and Clank 1 due to a bug, you always like stop. Like Jack and Daxter's like roll jump, you go really far and then you stop and you have to roll jump again. And it's just like that constant stopping doesn't feel good, which is why Sonic was such a huge deal to me, because I don't give a fuck about Sonic.
Really?
Stories. What story? Who gives a shit?
Well, that's all video games.
But how dare you?
Final Fantasy.
Kingdom Hearts 2 is the greatest game of all time. Anyways,
Yeah, but that was after Sonic. Way after. In my opinion, Final Fantasy and games like it were the first games in the gaming industry that wanted to tell stories.
Breath of Fire, fuck you.
Let me think.
1997.
Final Fantasy was out before fucking 97.
Well, that was number 3. That's the one that I like.
The other Zeldas was, oh my god, Princess in Danger.
I'm gonna fight you. You do this every time. Breath of Fire, not Breath of the Wild. It's
Oh.
a Capcom game, not Zelda.
Oh.
We're gonna fight.
God damn it. Well, wait. Then I said Final Fantasy games and games like it. So it's in the same category, is it not? Is it an
It
RPG?
is, but that wasn't the point you were making.
Yep.
I forget the context of why I brought it up.
I said Final Fantasy was the first game to be like, Our games are gonna tell stories. That's like an important deal.
Oh, my point was that it came out before that.
That Breath of
But that's
Fire
not
came out
actually
before
a
Final
lot of Final
Fantasy.
I think like FF3 was probably when BOF1 came out.
So Final Fantasy is older than it.
Well, we have Google, right?
I mean, to me, they're both the same game. The same type.
1987. The fuck? Okay, yeah. You
And Final Fantasy old as fuck. So like, yeah.
Yeah, the first one was 93.
Now, who the fuck cared about fucking Sonic? I would argue that even given a TV show, they still didn't care.
Well, yeah, I guess story is difficult and subjective, but storytelling is, I guess, what I'm drawn to.
That's what I'm saying. There was no story to tell. It was just plot and reason to go forward. Princess in danger. Go get her.
Yeah, I guess. Well, anyways, the point is, I didn't really have any draws to Sonic,
Mm-hmm.
aesthetically or music. Like, music's okay, I guess, but I wasn't, like, drawn to it for the music. Well, I
Reach
I
out
like
for the
Green Hill
sunshine.
Zone before.
You don't like Casino Zone?
No. Mainly because it's only associated with a pinball DLC for me. But
I like the Foundry too. I think that was my favorite place.
I like
Was it the Foundry?
a significant amount of it now. But at the time, I didn't really care.
Mm.
I was specifically like, I'm going to run Green Hill Zone really fast. I'm going to get really good at that. And I want to say I did, but world leaderboard wise, I definitely am not, because I don't know how to do the controller shit. Or I'm not able to with a PS4 pad. I don't know what the deal is. I'm just going to assume I'm doing something wrong and not. I can't do it.
I feel like Sonic is a lazy video game today. Like, I used to.
It always was.
I know, but I think I was full. I think I was like doubting myself when I was playing Sonic for that 12Ds. I felt like I was getting too old to play Sonic games. I was like, dude, I don't even see what I'm doing, yo. I can't see shit, yo. It's not even a blur. I'm going too fast. I'm getting a headache. I'm looking away from the screen because I'm getting a headache looking at it. So where am I going? Even if I was looking, I couldn't tell. But I'm not looking, so I really can't tell.
Oh, so you mean too old as in, like, you can't keep up?
Yeah. I think my body is like, dog, maybe.
Doesn't that kind of mean it's a good game then?
No, because it led me to the conclusion that it's not me. No one can see that fucking shit.
I can see it fine.
We all can see it. But you're telling me at that speed, you're reacting not based off of memory of where shit is or a read.
But, like, at the start, it's like, basically, it was weird to me coming from platformers prior to this, where it's like collectathons, because it's like explore every nook and cranny. Whereas this, it's like, fuck everything, go to the right.
Oh,
If there's something in front of you, go around it. Like, that's what you're looking for, is things in front of you.
that game.
Yeah, that was easier for me, I guess, because you just had to not do the right thing, I guess. You just had to not hit the wrong thing.
I think
I don't know if that makes any fucking sense.
I think it was built and designed to be memory based. Like, why else would they time you? They know that you're gonna play that zone again, and they just want you to do it faster the next time you do it. And because they want you to do it faster the next time you do it, the maps are designed to be done multiple times, which means you're beating your own time, not through reacting to certain shit, but memorizing where the obstacles are and overcoming them before you even reach them. which means that it's not an enjoyable game your first time around. It's not even the game. Not even the game that's meant to be played the first time around.
I think I'm clearly biased in this, but I feel like I can see everything that's happening here. And even if I couldn't, I could infer like, oh, that thing's like a boost pad or something.
Yeah, I don't believe you. Like, I'd like to, but the shit is happening.
You don't remember the stage, right? Like, you couldn't recall anything about the stage, so it's basically brand new to you.
Let me see.
Oh, hello, recorder peoples.
Oh,
How you
this is
I
do?
feel like
way
you get
different.
lost.
My name Freak.
Wait, it's free?
Yeah. He's just in Discord.
Oh, shit. I'm like, yo, wait. Frick? Wait a second. Wait, is this his video? Wait, so many thoughts, you know? It's your video. You're
Yeah.
chilling with him. You're-
My voice isn't in here for some reason.
My name Freak.
He's just,
So he's commentating for you.
yeah.
So this is what you're imagining when you're hearing what I'm saying. This isn't what I'm imagining.
Had to put in the description voice
The
overs
view
done
is
by
different. You can see more of what's ahead of you in this mode. Unless it switches.
It moves around all the
Freak.
time.
I'm so good
Nah, we'll
at
see.
this
Like, you'll
game.
go, like, behind him,
Even
and
so,
then
I
it'll
am
go,
not
like,
playing
side
the game
scroller.
right now.
And then it'll go, like,
Yeah, the side scroll
those
is shit.
shitty crash levels where, like, he's running towards the camera, so you just can't see shit.
Yeah. I miss Freak.
Well, this looks TV. You got it?
Rings increases your speed in this game, right?
No. It recharges your boost, so it does in that sense. But you essentially, if you're just going fast, when you use boost, you're like magnetized. So you kind of just don't run out of rings, provided you, or boost, I mean, if you just don't hit things.
Dude, even in this game, the angles are better for you than what I'm imagining.
Speed around there, Clang.
Like, they're not hitting you
Sonic.
perfectly
You think you can
perpendicular,
do
right?
Spinny Man?
The camera angle isn't perpendicular with Sonic. There's a slight angle, so you're able to see more ahead of you, even when you're moving left to right. And they did that
Man, this thing-
because if they had it the classic Sonic way, you would not be able to see where the fuck you're going. And you'd have a headache.
No, they do have classic Sonic. That was just the modern zone.
Let me see the classic.
But I didn't like classic Sonics.
You know why you didn't like? Well, no, I'll ask you. Why didn't you like the classic?
Because they didn't have that boost.
That was
And
it.
Dude, the movement tech in modern is why I wanted to play it. You can like cancel everything into another motion. Like you can boost, jump, boost, ground pound, boost, jump, all on like 4 frames. And it's just like you have full control, so if you hit a wall or something, you know it was you that fucked up.
Classic Sonic, you don't know that you fucked up. The only way that you know you fucked up is if you come to a complete stop and then you jump to avoid the spikes, but because you didn't have momentum, you didn't actually make the high jump, and then you got stabbed.
To this day, doing the classic runs are just like, is there a slight slope up in front of me? Be blue spinny ball, go as fast as you can, and then jump as soon as you hit the slope.
Yeah,
And
you're
just
blind
blast
though.
off
You are
so hard.
when you're doing that, you are completely blind, and you're doing like
Yeah, completely.
a faith-based like
It
leap.
always works, and it seems like I skip like half the stage every time I do
Yep.
that, and it's like, all right.
And then half the time, or at least in my experience, half the time you hit a wall and you're like, shit, I should have like been lower. So I could have hit that loop and entered into that tube. Now I hit the wall and now I've got to like fall down and like run the other way so that I can get enough upward momentum or downward momentum technically to then be able to reach like the tube or some shit at like a fast enough speed. Like, it's all fake. Like, that shit gets me a headache. Like, just thinking about it. Like, I'm getting older, sure, but, like, Sonic is a cheap game. It's lazy. It's lazy. Like,
It,
it's not a bad game.
no, you're right. It kind of is a bad game.
Well, see, I don't think that's possible. I don't think there's a
What
such
do you-
thing as a bad game. Because game is subjective. Right? Like, what makes a game bad? We can't say a game that's glitchy because even in modern sports, glitches were made into rules. Super Smash Brothers would be the video game
yeah,
version of that
glitches,
too. So like,
isn't it? Provided it's not like glitchy as in unplayable.
so like an overly punishing game that punishes you for doing like the smallest mistakes? No, not
No.
even. Right? A game that sets a goal but doesn't translate how to get there or what to do the best,
No, because that's an adventure game.
or you can't even get there because of some weird rule breaks. Like, no, it's just games are either fun or they're not. And if they're not fun, then they're not necessarily not fun for everybody. It's just not fun for most at the best.
I think you could have a not fun game be a good game.
Yeah.
RuneScape.
Oh, yeah, I mean you said it. So what makes
Solitaire.
a game bad? I don't think that's possible.
A bad game would be like
If you're not about to say RuneScape, then
not foolproof. Not interesting, I guess. Like, is flipping a coin a game or is it just an action?
see, that's the thing
Like,
though. You say not interesting. That's subjective.
right.
So you gonna say coin flip? Yo, I'm pretty sure coin flip apps took over Apple stores when apps first came out. Easily.
As a tool, not as a
I
game.
had an app. I had a fucking Zippo lighter app. Flip fucking. That's so pathetic.
So, what?
Like,
Why did you do that to yourself? That wasn't even relevant.
it was interesting as fuck. And technically it's a game. You said something about is flipping a coin interesting. I said, I mean, depends on who you ask. I'm the
Yeah, it's not a game. It's a tool. It's like a calculator.
flipping a coin is like a calculator.
As far as me putting 3 plus 3 into a calculator isn't a game. It's a tool being used.
I don't know,
Flipping
man.
a coin is
I think a game is something that has no immediate purpose like a tool does. When you use a calculator, you're using a tool. You're using that calculator to fulfill
sorry.
a
I didn't
very
mean,
specific purpose.
Flipping a coin is a calculator. It's a computer.
Flipping a coin is a computer.
Yeah, like you put in an input and it just gives you an output.
Okay.
It's not a game. It's a device.
Depends
a tool.
on how you say it. Like
You can make it a game, but on its own, it doesn't have enough thought or. I guess what I meant by interesting. How do I phrase this?
can a bad game be interesting?
Can a bad game be interesting?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Right.
all the time. A lot of games, actually.
Like, just to be clear, I don't believe that bad games exist. So you have two things to do first. You have to prove to me that bad games exist, and then you have to define what makes a bad game a bad game. And then I guess naturally you'll have to prove that a good game can't have the
I
qualities
guess,
that makes a bad game a bad game.
It has to provide.
A goal?
There's probably like several
Minecraft.
things to choose from, and it has to provide at least one of those.
All right. What's
Either
one
like
thing that it has
usefulness, thought,
Wait, youthfulness.
socializing. Yeah, usefulness as in like an educational game, I guess. Like you get something out of it.
Yeah,
It
but
could
you
teach
can
you
get
a
something out of
moral
anything,
idea.
can't you?
In what sense?
Quap. You know that game?
Yes.
Like, that's a game, right?
Yeah.
What's its use?
What's its use?
Yeah, you said it has to be useful.
I didn't say every game is useful. I said it needs to have.
One of the boxes
There's like
checked off.
several properties that it can have, and it has to have at least one of these things. And one of those things is it being useful.
Okay.
One of those, so that could be educational, a moral thing. It could be
Morals, education. We can
guided, like teaching you how to dance or something, or rocksmith or whatever. Then there's the basic one, entertainment. Means it provides some sort of joy or sense of accomplishment.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's this might go into the last two that I said, but social, as a social device, I guess. Whether that means it's a game that you play with friends, or it's a game that you play separately and talk about with friends, or like there's a community, like it's a single player game, but you speedrun with other people or whatever. Or even if it's simulated, like an RPG, I guess. It's exactly what that is. And then, of course, actual outliers like VR chat. That's entirely social. What's another branch?
Okay. But so far, out of all the branches,
it can have several or at least one. But if it has none of these things,
I think it's
and
impossible.
I'm missing some, I think. Then
yeah.
that
So
is a bad game, but a bad game it would still be a game.
okay.
Because a game is basically just an idea claimed to be a game.
Right. But out of the things that you listed, anything could have that. I could take a shit, like, in my hands.
Yeah, you could make a game out of it.
No, that I'm arguing that it already
RPGs
is a
do
game
that.
using your situation. I can shit in my hand and put it out. Not like, I'm not gonna be disrespectful to you, but like, we're in a video call. Fuck it, you're not even here. Video call, and then I put like a napkin over it, because I'm classy. I don't want you to see my shit, but you know that it's in my hands. And then I just look at you like, all right, what did we learn? And then you're like, all right, I learned you're a fucking psycho. All right, are you entertained by this? Well, I will be when I tell all my friends how fucking crazy you are. This is a great story. So social aspect is checked.
Yeah, there's the social, there's the usefulness of like we thought about it.
I know to stay the fuck away from you. Like, that's very useful information. Very educational. I'm good to go. Morally, I think this is wrong, and we're gonna have philosophical discussions about this. I'm gonna write a book. Okay, so much. All I did was shit in my hands. Like, if that's not a bad game, ain't no way nothing else can be, man. There ain't nothing else. Like, a bad game we would have to define bad first. If we're gonna say that a bad game is bad morally, then sure, right? Games like Grand Theft Auto or Hitman, those are bad games because they're doing morally questionable deeds in them. Sure, but I'm pretty sure that's what we're talking about. We're talking about like bad as in
I wasn't.
it's broken as a concept of a game. And like, the problem is that the earliest and most legendary games would fit that description, and they are legendary games. Asteroids, for example. fucking asteroids, Tank or Tonk, I forget. These were games where like I played them a lot. They were my main games, but they were even like a generation before me, right? Asteroids is what, your mouse clicker? You're controlling your mouse clicker more than you could using your mouse. And when you clicked, you shot like misshapen squares. And I can't bring myself to call that a bad game. I can't. In fact, it's so legendary that I'm going to say it's a great game. What game is worse than Asteroids? It's legendary through nostalgia, sure. But like if Asteroids, let's say like, let's just take Asteroids. Are you familiar with Asteroids?
I'm looking at it.
Like, just to put this in perspective,
Maybe.
imagine your mouse cursor is...
Control it, right?
Huh?
And it floats around.
Yeah. That's meta gameplay.
Okay, I played
My
this.
strategy was very simple. I'm pretty sure it was everybody's strategy when they started playing video games. Don't move your fucking mouse cursor. Just shoot. Because as soon as you put on the thrusters, you're not going to want to stop. And you're going to run into asteroids, you're going to panic, and you're going to turn your fucking ship over, and then you're going to power the thrust the other way. And when you do that, you're going to go from the center to the left, and then you're going to on the right side randomly. And the asteroids are doing that too, and you're going to flick, and you're going to panic. But towards the end of the stages, you're breaking up rocks. All the asteroids are about to come at you at the center, so you have to move. Now we're in meta gameplay. Asteroids is such a legendary fucking game. I can't even imagine a game that's worse than that. It's I'm not gonna say it's the first video game, it's not, but like
First was Pong, I think.
Pong. Holy shit. Like, to me, and probably to like 60% of the universe, right? The entire universe. The fucking classic Windows 98 or fucking TV sleep monitor where you got like the logo bouncing from side to side and people just kind of want to see it like perfectly hit one of the four corners. That's a game to a lot of people. Yo, what's worse than that? Yo, there ain't nothing. There's no such thing as a bad game. Nothing.
Like something that's incomplete.
Then it's not, that's not even a game then. If it's not even finished, it's not a game. Like, for example, I tell the story all the time. When me and Todd are doing our journey for like proper gaming, we played this free online MMORPG where we had a quest, right? It was a regular like World of Warcraft before World of Warcraft was even a thing. And so we would go to the guy who had like a marker on his head, and he's like, "All right, traveler, I want you to kill 50 Yorp. All right, they're over there. The map tells us they're in this area." And so we go to the area where we're supposed to kill Yorp, but all we see are Zarg and Dukes. All right, we don't see any Yorps. But when I kill a Zarg, I get credit for a Yorp. And the next like 15 quests are like that. Oh my god. I think that is a terrible game, but motherfuckers are playing it, right? So it's bad to me, but it's subjective. Like, is there an objectively bad game? No, because there are psychopaths in the world, Rain. There are psychos that just don't get it. Or they do get it, but we don't get it, and it's better that we don't get it. I don't think there's a game where 100% of the population is like, yo, that's a bad game. Because at that point, it wouldn't be a game anymore. It would be something else. In order for it to be bad, it can't be enjoyable. Which means it's not a game. Because a game, I think, it's in its definition. It's got to be enjoyable to some point. The enjoyment is either straight up, like the game itself is enjoyable, or the tribulations that you get, that the game provides you enjoyment. So you're getting like indirect enjoyment from gaming. I'm thinking games like Outlast or Resident Evil in its glory days, or Dark Souls even. Like the enjoyment I got from Dark Souls wasn't the game itself. In fact, even today, even with all my gear, I fucking hate that shit. Yo, why do these little pussy minions do so much fucking damage, man? This is bullshit. I'm a god out here in these streets. The enjoyment comes from conquering those motherfuckers, yo. So, that's a game. That's a game. But there's a difference between
What
sporting
about,
games, but that's a whole different conversation.
like the very bad teacher or babysitter that's like, all right, we're gonna play the quiet game.
Yeah, who voted on that?
Let's see how long
Yo,
you guys can be quiet.
where are the documents that prove that this is in fact a game? You lying bitch. Let me stop. The thing
But
is, let's
technically a game.
Yeah, and
There's
she's
competition,
enjoying it.
there's a winner.
Yeah, and I always tried to win. Thumbs up. God, when you realize, when you wake up, when you ingest the red pill as a kid, when you realize that like heads up, thumbs up, whatever you wanted to call it, was just like a very, what's the word? Not dexterous, but a very manipulative way to get kids to shut the fuck up. And you wake up and you realize this is fucking bullshit. Nap time is just, y'all need to shut the fuck up. All right? Y'all got too much energy. When you realize that like playtime wasn't for your enjoyment, it was to treat us like dogs and burn us out so that we're more complacent, to sit still so that maybe, just maybe, we can learn something, so that the people who are telling us this stuff can get paid. That heads up, thumbs up was just a teacher like, all right, I'm stressed. Y'all need to shut the fuck up, but I can't tell you little shits to shut the fuck up. Let's play a game because y'all little shits like games. I've had teachers snap. Not on me, but I feel like everyone who's been to school have had a teacher at some point snap. But like, it's the non-snapping that made me realize this is bullshit. This isn't a game. I'm sitting here trying to win. I remember when I had that thought, I was thinking to myself, well, what were certain games that we played? Like, the common ones were Duck Duck Goose. That's just an intricate way to get us to run, isn't it? This isn't a fucking game. This is exercise. What is the shit where we get like a big ass colorful, like, I don't know what you call it, like colorful mat or something, and you get the kids circle around it, and they each grab a corner, right, and it's like a big old circle, and then they fly it up and they go down.
Parachute.
Huh?
Like a parachute.
Yeah, like a
basically?
parachute material. Yeah. It's like, what is that? That's just to keep kids organized. Keep kids organized in the same place and distracted for about 15 more minutes. Like, because other kids are in the cafeteria eating, and we need to distract these kids so they don't realize that other kids are eating and revolt. Like, I mean, listen, it's not bad. It's not nothing sinister about this stuff. But when you realize that for the first time, it kind of blew my mind. I was like, fuck, man. I didn't cuss back then. Fuck, man. Like, this isn't a game. I'm feeling controlled here. This is bullshit, yo. So, I mean, but yeah, those are games. Not enjoyable to me. And as technically a teacher, I did that shit to kids too. I remember when I was reading
some bad games that I played with friends.
Oh, there's a lot of bad games.
Throw a pair of secateurs at a fence.
Wait, secateurs? Like the Pokemon?
What? Like hedge trimmers.
Oh. Yeah, we've had those too. Paintballing. Airsoft gunning.
Light a stick on fire and throw it up in the sky.
Yeah, fucking.
So when it hits the ground, it goes boosh.
Fucking.
That's not that. Like, that's a game. That's not a good game.
No, see, now we're talking about morals though. Like, it's wrong. It's stupid.
It even had like, no, it's not. I mean, yes, it's morally a bad game, but it's a bad game as in like, there's not a design. I mean, there's a design, but there's no forethought, follow through, or intent. It doesn't meet any of the other criteria.
Kick the can is a game.
It barely fits the entertainment category. because it wasn't fun. It was like the thing you do on Sundays.
Hey, kick the can is a game.
I don't know what that is.
Ball in a cup. You don't know what kick the can is? It's in the name. You kick a can.
A can, or is it like kickball?
Yes.
It's more to kickball than kicking a ball.
No, not really. You kick a ball and run. But
No, dodgeball is pretty straightforward.
no, not even, because you don't win by dodging. You win by throwing ball. It should be called throw ball, really. Dodging is the defense to the win condition. You can't. How do you win by dodging? Well, I guess, yeah, right. No, if you miss, if you throw and they dodge, I don't think the guy who threw the ball's out. They have to catch the ball for you to be out.
Right. I said by timeout.
Is there timeout in fucking dodgeball?
If it's whether it's teams, then obviously the people
if that becomes the meta, then yeah, I guess the game would be called dodgeball.
But if it's solo, you just play until the other guy gets bored, and then it's like, all right, fine.
Yeah.
Pour it all the balls.
Kick the can is you see a can on the floor and you kick it, and then you walk up to it again, and then you kick it again. Kick the can. It's stupid, but it's a game. A stupid game. I think stupid games exist.
I technically played that game,
but
walking home from school.
Right, but bad game.
It was called something different.
I feel like it's redundant. I feel like there's a contradiction with bad and game. But you have to define it. So like if you would have put that in a computer, it would give you an error code and be like missing definition. Like the computer doesn't know how to process what bad means. We have to define bad. And if we're defining bad as incomplete,
just to avoid further confusion, replace bad with poor.
Poor, well, we still have to define it. Like poor meaning just what? Lacking?
Like ethics, because you keep bringing up like
GTA or whatever. I know, but that's just an example. Like the use incomplete, poor is the same thing. Like lacking substance, like lacking the substance required to become whatever it is describing. So in this case, it's game. Poor, it has no what to make a game. That's just not a game at that point. Bad game or poor game implies that the game is complete, but it's missing something else, and that's a contradiction. If it's not missing anything to be a game, then it can't be poor. It's a game. If it's missing something for it to be a good game, then that means it's missing the remaining population that thinks it's bad or that thinks it's good. But because it's subjective, that's impossible. I mean, obviously it's possible, but the likelihood of that happening is very low. And then the likelihood that they actually know what the fuck they're talking about is even higher. Like, let's say 100% of the population agrees that it's a bad game. Do you really believe that 100% of the population knows what makes a game, let alone what makes a game a good game? Fuck no. So, if all it takes is one person to be like, oh, I like it, and Damas does exist, and Exceed exists, it's impossible to have a bad game. Or
I think you can like a bad game.
If you like a bad game, then it's not a bad game.
Why?
Okay. If we're gonna use that as a standard, then that means a bad game can be liked, but it's something else.
Because a poor game isn't a discussion of subjectivity. But so them liking it doesn't change anything.
The thing is that game is subjective, like inherently. Like ball in a cup isn't a game to me; it's a chore. It's not even. It's worse than that. It's not deception. It's delusion. This is how you're spending your time. You're playing with gravity. Jump. That's not a game to me. That's exercise. But if you combine a series of exercises, you've got yourself a game, which is why I would call it a sport. That's what it is. Like a sport is a game with physical activity. It's essentially what it is. But we'd have to define so much, but like a game, yeah, like a bad game could be like if there was a gun to my head and someone was like, hey, make a bad game, I'd be like, all right, here we go. I'm looking. I've got honey mustard, a cell phone. I've got garlic and herb Kingsford all-purpose seasoning, rusted Tuscan stole seasoning right here, and a bag of combos. All right, so here's the game. I'm going to throw my garlic and herb seasoning on the floor, and what I have to do is I have to pick it up and then put it in the combo bag. That's it. That's my game. You like that game? You want to play? You would probably be like, all right, well, I'm going to do it faster. So now I'm speedrunning it. So, like, fuck the game. But if I can do it faster than you, I'm in. All right. I'm going to just pick it up and put it in the bag. And I'm cool with that. All right, well, I'm going to do it in 3 seconds.
No, I would do it with style.
Okay, so I'm going to flip the bag and catch it.
Play it.
I'm going to flip the spices.
I'm a fan of Ricochet.
See, now you understand how the Harlem Globetrotters became a thing. So, like, if I pitch this to somebody else, I'm like, yo, that's the boringest, stupidest shit ever, and I channel my inner Exceed and Dom as well. I mean, it's bad, but I liked it. Then it can't be bad. It cannot be a bad game. If you like it, the game, in order for a game to be a game, in my opinion, it has to be enjoyed by someone somewhere. If it is enjoyed by no one nowhere, it is not a game. It's something different. It's either a chore.
That's the entertainment principle.
Sure. So a game has to be entertaining. Maybe that's the only principle that it...
Everyone fucking hates, like, some kind of Mavis Beacon elementary school learning video game
Mm-hmm.
where it's, like, teaching you the ABCs and you're like, this is terrible, I want to play Fortnite.
Mm-hmm.
Then
It's not
if
a
it's
game.
serving the purpose of an education or whatever, but it's not necessarily designed to be entertaining, then it's still a game.
This is where I'll concede. If the person who enjoyed it, like, let's say I made that game, whatever that was. I made the game, and I made it because I want to project my enjoyment to other people. So I did this spice in a bag game because I enjoyed it. And now I want you, Rain, to enjoy it. And I'm like, here's my game. And you're like, all right, well, I learned about weight because I had to weigh the seasoning container with all the seasoning and spices in it, and I had to weigh the bag. So I know that altogether it's about 41 grams. I learned something from it. I don't see the game here. I don't enjoy it. If everybody in the universe felt that way about it, it would still be a game, but I could argue that it's a bad game because my intent of spice in a bag was for you to enjoy it, you representing everybody. If you don't enjoy it, then that means I didn't do something to make that game fun for everyone. That is my only concession, but it's not really even a concession because that would have to mean that everybody in the world, except for the guy who made it, thinks that it's bad. The odds of that. The odds. Because
why does it matter if they think it? That's subjective.
That's my whole point. Like, but I'm conceding by saying let's take subjective out of it and just make it objective. So what? The guy who made the game thinks it's fun. His intent to make it fun for other people, which is still subjective, but at least there's some kind of objectivity to it. Like, it's not just fun to you, it's got to be fun to somebody else, which means there's a consistent somewhere. There's a fun factor somewhere where, like, no matter what, if this is in there, people will enjoy it. I always think back on, like, bad movies, right? Like, I feel like I want to take it to that level, but I feel like that's a little scratchy, but I'm going to challenge myself. I'm going to apply that to movies as well.
Fun. Never mind, I'll let you finish. Just remind me I was talking about.
Yeah, I'll say this and then you can say it. Like, I'm going to extend it to movies as well. There's no such thing as a bad movie. I find a lot of enjoyment in some of these terrible ass movies. But are they terrible if I enjoy it?
Make a game out of it.
I think it's only I think we only consider it terrible because the director's intent wasn't for it to be funny. Like, this movie was supposed to be serious, but I'm laughing I'm in tears. It's so fucking cheesy and corny. Holy shit, this is supposed to be a super badass action movie? Yo, what the fuck is this dude doing? Holy shit. Like, it's enjoyable for the wrong reasons. The reasons that were not intended by the creator of this piece of art. So it's a terrible movie that I enjoy. So it's possible, right? But a movie, but is it though? That's what I'm trying to challenge now. If it's a terrible movie, are we gauging it based on somebody else's intention? Is that how it's gonna be?
I'm gonna say yes. Whether it's the creator's design or the proposer of the game to be played.
I thought about that, and that's
So, like,
oh, go ahead.
the person that brings it up, like, what did you call it? Kick the can.
Kick the can.
Kick the can.
I am
Like,
not old. Damn it.
If caveman number 7 makes up kick the can, then his intents shape what makes it good or bad following the outcome. But also, well, and/or caveman number 533, who learned about this game and is showing his friend. So now he's the new facilitator of the game, and like maybe his house rules are different. Like, you can only kick it with your heel. Then that's arguably alteration, but even just presenting the original game to his friend refreshes that intent in a way. So it's gauged twice, I guess.
Now this is
creator and facilitator.
But now that we're going back to game, it might be easier to like kind of draw certain conclusions with movies because intent means more there. Because typically, the whole idea of movies is to present something, right? Like, it's more concrete. But with game, the purpose at the end of the day is enjoyment. Like, that's the main thing. Movies don't necessarily have to be enjoyable. Movies are essentially telling a narrative.
Movies and games can both provide many different things or like just one. I feel like the total options available are more plentiful in games because there's an interaction like part of it. Where the fuck was I going with that? What did you just say?
I said that it's easier to make concrete conclusions about movies because movies are telling a narrative. So you can use intent. You can use intent as a gauge of what makes a movie good or bad because the message is being received differently. Like, when you're directing a movie, you want to send a message. But with a game...
The same way with a game where I feel like the creator and the facilitator are both part of deciding if it is good or bad, also applies to movies in the sense that that movie that was so bad that you thought it was great, like, to watch, like a great experience, you might want to share that with Damas because you're like, yo, this movie's so whack. You'll have a great time just talking shit about it the whole time. So in that sense, now it's a good movie for you because it's serving a different purpose. The intent is matching with its outcome because now Damas thinks it's whack. And
so then who thinks it's a bad movie? Because if I think it's a great movie and someone else thinks it's a bad movie, then my argument can be, well, you're not seeking.
You think it's a bad movie, so it's a bad movie.
I know.
And you turn it into a good movie.
So is it a bad movie anymore? if I turned it into a good movie, is it still a bad movie? That's where the contradiction is. That's why I'm seeing it in video games. But like in movies,
Good and bad
like is it
are not a constant, I guess, is the problem.
my concession is that it's not a good movie, it's a bad movie that I enjoy. That's my concession for movies. With gaming, the enjoyment makes it a game, and therefore there's a contradiction there. It can't be a bad game that I enjoy, similar to movies. I can enjoy a bad movie, but can I enjoy a bad game? Is that possible? I don't know. And thinking this as well, because we can use intention to define what a bad movie is. Like, this dude wanted this to be dark, brooding, deep, melancholy. You're not supposed to laugh. You're not supposed to smile. You're supposed to cry. You're supposed to commit yourself to like the darkness and shit. And I'm sitting here like, yo, this corny shit. You can see the wires. Holy fuck, this is great. I need more of this, right? Like, that message is completely skewed. But I'm like, this is a bad movie, but god damn it, I love how bad it is. Versus a game where the intentions of the director could make the game like better. And it doesn't even matter if it was better if enjoyment is made from it. Then there it is. It's a game. The closest argument after that would be like you can transform it into something else. So let's take Street Fighter, for example, or Tekken. The juggling mechanic, right? Was it juggling? I think that was not intended in fighting games. Like, you weren't supposed to hit your opponent in the air. Or combos. It was combos, right? Combos weren't intended. We just didn't know frame data just yet. And now we do. Or like when you're playing like Streets of Rage and all you have to do is attack and then quickly turn around and then face your opponent again and attack. And now you're essentially doing like you're chaining jabs together by canceling your actual like attacking animation. So you're preventing them from being knocked away from you. So you're infinitely looping it, right? Like, that wasn't intentional, but when people saw it, they're like, holy shit, this is the game. And so, like, I don't know, like, intention can't be it, because it's like, if we don't interpret the true intention of the guy, that doesn't make the game bad. Especially if we enjoy it more as a result. I learned how to combo you, but it wasn't their intention to do this.
Well,
Korean backdashing and shit.
There is you as the consumer playing it at that point is there to feed money into the machine.
Yeah, but I mean, yes.
That's the intent.
Well, now we're getting like meta about it, but but still, like, if we were saying that like something is bad because the intention isn't being received, that kind of goes out the water with gaming. Because a lot of unintentional shit becomes like mainstays.
Like a feature.
Yeah. Like, and it's not limited to video games. Like, there's a YouTuber, I remember watching it when I was like learning recipes and stuff. There's a YouTube video out there that's turbo popular that says like, why I season my cutting board, not my steak. And the dude got memed out like a motherfucker. So it was like, yo, why I season my knife? Why I season my napkins? Why I season my pan? Or shit like that. And the dude, I remember he made a video and he was like, hey, listen, like, it wasn't my intention to like blow up off of this like cooking stuff, but yo, here I am. Like, intention, it's only important at inception, really. And maybe if you're looking at it from an ideological perspective, ideological, whatever, from your ideals, right? Like, if you're trying to make a point. So like, I feel like the only person that has the right to say that something is bad or good is if you made it. If you didn't make it, then you can't say and make it fact that it's bad. Because if Exceed. If Damas Exceed walk in that motherfucker, man, it shatters everything. Yo, I liked it. Alright, bad games can't exist. There are a lot of Damases, and I really hope, that there are a lot of Damases and Exceeds out there in the world. Bad game? Don't think it's possible. Bad movie? I'll concede. Maybe. Because what makes a movie, and what makes a game, have different values to them. A game to me is simply something that is enjoyable to somebody. You don't even need a goal. Kick the can. There is no goal unless it is act.
I mean, that has a goal, and that's arguably all it has.
Right? But technically, the goal can be made anywhere. You're literally moving the goalpost when you say, like, yo, you know what? I don't even have a game. Like, staring contest, right? The goal is what? To not act? Yo, don't do. Hold your breath. Whoever can hold their breath the longest wins.
The quiet game.
Exactly. Like game almost is a construct. Like, game doesn't matter anymore. It's literally just I guess I'm doing that. It's a term that just wraps everything nicely. That says we're gonna do something and we're gonna like it. That's a game. So a bad game, it was never a game to begin with. If we're gonna do something and everyone's gonna like it and no one likes it, then it wasn't a game to begin with. It just failed. You failed to make a game. But if somebody somewhere or some entity agrees that this product is a game, then it inherently is enjoyable by someone somewhere. Now, the only way it can be a bad game is if it is like, not universally, but like it is just like, I'll be gentle. I'll be nice. 60-40. That is my concession. If the overwhelming, and not really though, but this is how I'll concede it. 30-70. Overwhelmingly negative on Steam, all right? And even then, I'm like, like, I can be like, all right, we can just use the word bad for it didn't get received well. So I would say a poorly received game. I don't know if I could do bad, but you could argue semantics, right? It's the same thing. When I say bad, I mean poorly received. Sure. The core of it is what's important. Like, when we say bad, what do we mean? How are we defining bad? If the game is bad, then that means... That's why I like to say for me, or in my opinion. For me, this game is shit. RuneScape, to me, is a bad game because it fails to entertain me. And in my opinion, most people who attempt to play it.
Yeah, but like, I could say Mario is a good game, but not want to fucking play Mario.
Sure. I say that about
and not be entertained by it.
maybe I don't know, fucking Zelda.
Minecraft.
Like, I feel like people enjoy the concept of Zelda, and the game is maybe decent. You know, no, who am I kidding? I'm forcing it now. I don't care about Zelda. I'm indifferent towards Zelda. I don't give a shit.
Minecraft.
I'm indifferent towards Minecraft too. In fact, I would argue that like, it's a good game. I enjoyed Minecraft when I played it. I just don't enjoy it anymore. So
how is it a game? What do? It's just an action.
That's why I said a game is just an action. You just do. And people agree to that, and they find it enjoyment. That's it. That's all it is. Do something or do nothing. It's either or. You can do something or you can do nothing, but do people enjoy the process? Yes, it's a game. It's a game. Like, yo, let's play the sleeping game. We have no control over this. Whenever you go to sleep, you're asleep. And when you wake up, the game's over. And I just call it a game. Did you enjoy your sleep? I mean, yes. It's a game. Good game. Yo.
All right, good game.
Yeah. Yo, I only slept for two hours. Yo, that's a world record.
Yes, you can.
Yo, my roommate was snoring and he woke me up. Dude's cheating. All right, well, he's gonna get deducted some points. All right, we're gonna have to reset the bracket. Like, that's the best part about competition. Like, if two people agree that it has value, then you make sport of it, and that's a game. Like, you enjoy the competition. But yeah, bad game, I don't think that's possible. Worst game, sure. Maybe. No, because then what's the standard for that? Like, no. We have to do Damas rules. What game do you like the most? What game do you like the least? I don't know. I like them all. God damn it, Damas! Let me stop. Damas and Exceed, man. They're like two. Not two. Because that makes it sound like it's a bad thing. They're good people. I hope they do for me what they do for movies and games. Hdeezus isn't a bad guy. Yo, I like the guy.
Right.
Yo, do that for me, and I'm set, yo. I can't lose. Like, yo, Hdeezus is a bad person. Oh, yeah? Damas and Exceed exist. Therefore, there's a contradiction. I can't be a bad person. Yo, it's subjective. Two people got together. It was like, hey, that guy. Not bad.
I just want to point out that we are now 4 hours overtime, and you're still in the Tekken lobby.
I'm considering putting this bitch on YouTube. It was a good conversation.
On YouTube?
Oh. It'll be the first official
Interesting.
podcast. We talked about what makes a game a game. Are games bad? What is bad? Thumbs up, heads up, 7-up, duck, duck, goose, parachute game. It's a facade. It's a scam.
I'm still like kind of unsatisfied with my performance in that.
Performance? Was this conversation a game to you?
Of course,
Doesn't sound like you enjoyed yourself, therefore.
always supposed to win. It's a bad game.
You better say good game regardless. Yeah. Nah, think about it. Damn, yo. You could hate Tekken, but if I say good game, it is. Am I God? Let me stop. That's too meta. If I say it, it is. What is? Is? Oh God, Hdeezus, what are you doing? What are you doing, Hdeezus?
You're gonna break the people.
That's like the most meta question ever, yo. Is ISIS. Ice. And water. That's too meta. No one got that. That's okay. Did you get it?
Ice and water.
Is. Ice is. No? Okay, no, that's fine. That's fine. Water.
Like- Never mind.
But ISIS is. Yo, I'm going insane. I'm on fire. I am on fire, yo. Is it though? Ice is, yo. Am I wrong? Am I wrong? I guess I should be saying is ice. Is ice. Is ice. Is ice is. Is ice is. Is ISIS. Is ice is. God damn it. Oh, I gotta write it down. Hold on. Is ISIS. No, that's it. There it is. Is ISIS. I'm asking the question and answering it at the same time. Is ISIS. Am I saying is and then saying ISIS? Or am I saying is question mark ISIS? Is.
You fucking lost. I thought I was with you when you said 5 ises in a row, and then you started to sound like an insane person.
There we go. I typed it out to you. That's 5. Is ISIS is. It ruins it when I write it, but it sounds cool. That's excellent wordplay. I guess I could also say is as well.
I thought you were saying something like that.
Is. That was the initial wordplay because I was playing off of how ISIS is. God damn it. Oh my god. Oh god, this is blowing my own mind, yo. So I was saying is ISIS because I was like is, and then I was like, oh, that sounds like ice. So water is. I was gonna go into a water is wet thing, but I was like, no, this is way too much fun. Let's get back to ISIS, yo. ISIS is ice. ISIS is ice is ice. So is. All right, I'm done. I'm
Ladies
finished.
and gentlemen, you are witnessing what happens when you lack proper nutrition and only eat
Yep, combos and peanut butter trail mix. Plenty of water though. Plenty of water. Which when frozen is ice is. Is I is or is I ain't ISIS. And so are you. Race car. Did that blow your mind the first time you knew about that?
You want to translate that before you ask me a question?
You don't know? Like race car, it's spelled the same backwards.
Oh, yeah, I didn't care.
That blew my
There
mind.
were similar ones that were like that
What's
that
another
like,
one?
freaked me out before that. But
Do you know any of them still?
no, they were like nonsensical phrases. Like it wasn't helpful.
There are a couple of those like that people use as like cheesy inspirational messages.
Like pig dog or something.
Like realize.
Or dog god.
Dogod. Goddard.
Goddard.
Did you hear that one before though? Like realize.
Wait.
Real eyes.
No, don't slow it down. Let me think about it.
Okay.
But no, I hadn't heard it. Yeah, real visual eyes realize they figure out real lies.
Mhm.
What? That's a dumb sentence.
Yeah. But if you
Well, no, I guess a real lie is like
you can see
it's just the word "real" there is just unnecessary. It's not wrong. It's just meant to be omitted in language, like saying
eyes
the-
realize lies.
Well, the first one's fine. The one at real lies doesn't
Yeah.
need to be said.
In philosophy, I forgot what you call it, but like shit like that, like saying really, it's like a curse word in philosophy. Don't ever say really. Like it exists. You don't need to say it really exists. Like it exists. For real? Stupid. You're an idiot. Like Professor grilled us on our papers if we used real. It was like everything that you wrote exists. All right, say it's real again. He didn't speak like this, but like he was an asshole about it though. He was like a quirky, funny asshole, but he roasted the shit out of you, yo. So if you said really, he fucked with he like ruined your score. You have to like rewrite your paper. You lost so many points. Like you lost like 10 points, like 10%. So if you had like a straight A, you were like trailing on a B right now just because you used real. Don't fuck with him. But he was making a point. He was making a point to like it was like kind of like the meta of saying literally on everything. I do that a lot, but I will admit that I will explain that most of the times I use literally, I do mean literally, because I otherwise could have been implying that it was figuratively understood. No, literally. A shit ton. A ton of shit was in my hands.
I don't think
and
I
I
ever
called it a
used
game.
that much.
Literally?
Yeah.
I think
There's definitely some that I used way too much, especially the word like, just as a filler, I guess.
yeah.
But it would like, lose its nuance when it was like an actual part of the sentence structure, like a comparison
Yeah.
or a feeling. So I would like, fuck.
You could have made it work. But like, I would like certain things.
I would change the word like for affection and the word like for comparisons, but not change the word like as a filler.
Right.
So I was changing like the framework of the problem instead of fixing the problem.
Yeah. The reason that it stems from anxiety, pretty much. It comes from as well.
Well, no, it's just a filler word.
Well, yeah. What do you think that stems from?
I never
Why
did.
do you have the sensation of using a filler
It's
word?
too much.
There's a flow to it. I'm aware of it, and I always try.
Technically, anxiety, but it's more like just making up for my lack of speed.
Yeah. The reason why you feel like you need to make up for the lack of speed is, like, for a lack of better word, there's shame in not being able to keep pace. And so you're like, shit, like, just so you can have something to say, as opposed to
I guess
silence.
you didn't know what the better word was, but
Yeah.
it's not shame.
Yeah, I don't know what the word is.
It's just like,
Not
fuck.
guilt.
It's just expected to follow certain rules of conversation.
Right. By this point, it's conditioned. So now it's not based off of anything. Back then, maybe obligation. Maybe that's what it was. You were obligated to keep a certain timing and pacing,
Right.
because you were inclined to do it. Like, I'm aware of it, and I try to stop. And I've made progress. I'll just, like... I'll just... Well, I mean, in this case...
That one made sense.
Yeah, it made sense there.
Have an example.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. I'm trying to remember what it is. See, for me, I've developed it because I take my time a lot. It's how I develop this. I don't say this is directly how, but it's how I enjoy taking a breath and resetting, because it's my body umming and liking like a million. Well, no, that's fine there. A million times over, and I crash. And I'm like, okay. But for me, the ums and the likes and the fillers, it comes from the anxiety of being interrupted. Like, I'm not gonna call these people assholes. They were kids, because I was a kid.
Anxiety of being interrupted.
Huh?
You never let anyone fucking talk.
I do let people talk. What are you talking about?
You never.
Wait, I'm gonna interrupt you. I'm stop.
Not never, but
Just because I say a lot.
follow, or rather, you don't follow a certain rule of conversation where, like, there's supposed to be a part where I'm like,
You're giving an example. That works.
There are pauses in speech where people either can take over or they can add, like, fuck. They can add an interjecture like, yeah, I see. Really? Oh. Things like that.
You think that should be standard?
Because that means I acknowledge that there's a break in the conversation. I could take this pause to speak now, but I want to remain the person not speaking. Those pauses rarely happen with your monologue point is
Yeah.
tirades.
I know you're listening because I'm speaking clearly. If you want to leave, you can leave. I don't like that rule.
No, leave isn't the. That's not what
I'm getting
at.
like the same vibes as like audience applauses in sitcoms.
Yeah.
You know, like the one time that my wife came in the house and she just let off a big fart. Laugh now, laugh now. I don't like that. I'm not a fan of that. It's manipulative. It's manipulative. You know? If I am talking too long, sincerely though, if I am like talking too long, then I feel like those types of rules need to be established just like this. Hey, just stop me. Like, hey, stop.
I do.
I know. That's what I'm saying. That's like
I feel like that could be intimidating to some. But granted, that's kind of just like going to happen.
yeah, but if I'm having this type of conversation with you, then chances are we're in a position where it shouldn't be intimidating for you.
Where what?
If I'm talking to you in this manner, then likely you are in a position where it should not be intimidating to. I don't talk like this with everyone. And if I am, then I'm streaming it. Like, I can't hear you interrupt me anyways. You can type, and then I'll respond to it when I get to it, yo.
Yup.
Hey, don't do that. All right, listen. Like,
4 minutes later, and then read it in the context of 4 minutes later, not remember what you said 4 minutes ago, and then be like, "The fuck are you talking about, guy?"
I'm asking. I'm introducing you back into the conversation. Now is your time to retort, right? And give me context. Sounds like I'm following the rules to a T. You don't like the rules that you've laid out. That's a you problem, guy.
I didn't lay out rules.
Yeah, you did. Hey, you want your break in speech? I gave you a question. Now it's your time to be like, I don't want to talk about it. Or I would like to talk about this and continue this conversation further. So I'm going to provide to you the context in which I said my response to your gracious break in conversation. Here you go. Well, thank you, Rain, for giving me this context and a continuation of this conversation. It sounds like with the emphasis of the period after your statement, it is now my free turn to speak. So I will take my time. In time is ISIS is. Back to you, Rain. When I speak,
Unnecessary roughness.
I think it ties into the anxiety of being interrupted. And it comes from a lot of trauma, to put it loosely. Never understood. I tried to explain. If I took a break, see, that's where you're at. I didn't even finish. And I grew up needing to prove my words. And in order for me to prove my words, I need you to understand. And in order to get you to understand, I need to explain. But in order for me to explain, I need to explain. To prove the point, to prove my case. That's a lot of words. Call it debate. Call it debate club. Call it me defending my views on something. Call it me defending my character. I will talk you to death until you at the very least understand where I'm coming from. You don't have to like or agree with me, but you need to understand where you come from.
Like in your own voice.
I love my voice. Yeah. So, yeah. Like, not to sound too Sasuke. But yeah, misunderstood, and I don't like that. Because I like me. I don't necessarily want you to like me, but I want you to understand me, and
You want
It would
to
be
present
nice.
the opportunity to like you.
Oh no, I've already
But
done
how
that.
can you have that without explaining?
I want to make sure you understand
are.
me, and I'm confident that you'll like it. But you need to understand me first, and it's been proven that you can't do that without understanding me. Which, now that I say that out loud, doesn't make too much sense, huh? How do you understand me without understanding me? You can't. But how do you understand me by understanding me? You can't do that. That's why I talk. Because that somehow will get you one step closer. If you're like, I understand you and I don't like you, I'm way more comfortable with that than you not liking me but not understanding me, or worse, you liking me and not understanding me. Because who the fuck do you like? Who is that? That's the worst. Did that ever happen to you? Like someone, obviously people can misunderstand you or not like you as a result, but someone like likes you but for like the wrong reasons. Like, oh man, Rain, like you were so cool. I don't know. Fucking, I don't know. I don't like coming up with examples because I hate that. It's the worst sensation ever.
I mean, probably.
Yeah.
How can I know?
You can't.
Or do you mean like
No.
it was presented to me?
Yeah, if it was ever presented to you and you were like, huh? Yeah, I mean I did that, but that's not me. Like if I don't know.
Having strange animals, I guess.
Yeah, right? Like you have a cat. You're a really good guy. How the fuck did you come to that conclusion? Yo. Like I am a good guy, so you're not wrong, but how do you know that? You don't.
Well, that's kind of a bad example.
It's like being
'Cause you can
fetishized.
assume that those with animals are empathetic, I guess.
I don't know. There's a lot of
Like,
animal
they're
abusers with animals.
caretaker. Right. So like it's not foolproof, but
I'm close.
there are assumptions to be made. It's another part of the rule of conversation is that you assume that. Well, I guess you don't.
Yeah,
but
I don't want to.
one of the principles or the aspects of the cooperative principle is that we're working together in a conversation, and one of those is telling the truth. So you just assume that the information they're trying to convey is not a lie.
Maybe that's why I don't follow the rules, because my primary purpose is definition and proof. Define your words and prove the fact behind them if you're claiming them to be fact. If I make an affirmative statement, blank is blank, I need to prove it. And I need to define it as well. What is blank is, and what is blank?
Yeah, that actually does break another part of that principle. It's part of being clear and precise and don't add anything unnecessary. It's about like quantity of information. Quality was it's truth or not.
Oh.
Quantity, I don't know why it's called this, but well, I guess it makes sense because it's like, fuck, I'm hyper aware of that now. But saying like a vegan cheeseburger,
right?
You know that kind of makes sense because you can assume that from vegan, the burger's some kind of like mashup plant-based material thing, and the cheese is some plant byproduct or something sketchy.
That's abomination.
That's not fair.
No,
you understand that it's not a standard
it's not,
burger.
yeah.
But if you say a vegan tomato, that's more suspicious than seeing
begs the
vegan
question.
burger, because it's like, what are you implying? Are you implying that normal tomatoes are not vegan?
You know what? That's something a vegan would say. Like, what makes you vegan?
Or low calorie water. Like, what are you trying to say?
That's an excess of information.
Yeah. So hyper defining things, I appreciate, and it's not entertaining.
Wait, that's not defining it, though.
Interesting. What?
That's not a definition. That's not defining it. So, for example, like there's a lot of like using what you just said, right? When you're conversing with someone, you want to be clear and concise, which means you want to use terms and phrases that are universally accepted. So, vegan cheeseburger, it's a abstract concept, but you're using simple words that most people know. We all know what a cheeseburger is.
Or can infer.
Right. And we all know what vegan is. So, we're cool. But when I say define something, if you're saying vegan cheeseburgers are used to produce life in infants everywhere, right? Let's just use that since
Light?
life. Vegan cheeseburgers are able to produce life everywhere. I say that statement, affirmative statement, it's fact. All right. All right, cool. I can infer what a vegan cheeseburger is, but now you're using vegan cheeseburger, which I believed to be inanimate or dead at the worst, producing life everywhere. There's a lot there, right? So to define it, we'd have to be like, all right, let's start with the hard part. Do you mean everywhere as in all places that exist? Is there a confinement on Earth? Cool. We'll leave it there. Produce life. What do you mean? Like it gives energy. What kind of energy? Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, I'm using a very extreme example, but it's not like I'm adding more text to it. If you're gonna say certain things are certain things, then we need to be on the same page. Like, vegan probably was a poor example because vegan is like the most debated and need to be defined term everywhere. I'm pretty sure there are vegans out there who wholeheartedly say vegan tomatoes.
I mean,
Wholeheartedly.
if the point that you're getting at is that you're trying to make sure everything is clear, yeah, that's part of the quantity principle, or not. I keep saying it's principle. It's an aspect of the principle.
Sure.
But yeah, not having enough is also not following it.
Well,
So
yeah, but that's
clearly being on the same page is required.
right. But that's still not defining it. If I don't give you any information, then there's nothing to define. If I say this gives stuff somewhere, like at that point, I'm not defining this and I'm not defining stuff. What is this? I'm not defining this. I need to give this action.
It's hardly even a sentence.
I
but
know.
At that point, you're going against the. I don't even think you're going against an aspect. I think you're going against the entirety of the principle, which is that you're making like a verbal handshake that you're cooperating with the person you're communicating with.
I can try to give you a better example. If I told you, and try to look at this from a third person objective lens. So the third person you doesn't understand this. Yo, Lily's hop kick is the most damaging move in the game, in the world. Okay? Lily doesn't need to be defined. Hop kick needs to be defined.
That's okay.
All right. Yeah. Hop kick would need to be defined. Because to you, I should have said donkey kick. Say donkey kick.
Okay, yeah, because to everyone else, hop kick does not need to be defined. It's self-free.
we'll say donkey kick, right? So at least from the fighting game perspective, donkey kick is reused like what? Back fierce or back roundhouse, I think.
Quarter forward roundhouse.
It's a quarter forward motion? Jesus.
That's a special move.
I did not know that. Okay.
Quarter forward kick.
And it definitely kicks the opponent the opposite direction that Lily kicks. So I would need to define.
Donkey kick is spear kick that you call Lily.
But spear, yeah, but wait. Yeah, well, yeah, exactly, right? Spear kick would be donkey kick there, but it's not like a double kick. I say donkey kick because you're literally horse kicking both hooves in the air.
I never understood that. Dan, what the fuck?
Ugh. Like, that's
How
why I don't
dare
call
you.
Ryu's kick donkey kick, because that didn't make sense either. He's doing 1 foot, but I guess because we only have 2 feet and not 4, donkeys are essentially doing the same thing. They're using half of their legs to keep their balance.
I'm not about to tolerate that anymore.
Why, you're gonna compare fucking Lily to a fucking horse or a donkey?
A donkey.
It's called donkey kick, man. Like,
It's not. It's called Matterhorn. You call it donkey.
all right, so it's another hooved beast. You want to be called a bull instead?
Matterhorn?
Yeah.
Hdeezus.
What? Isn't that a breed of bull?
No.
It's not.
No.
Matadors fight Matterhorn. Is that not really it?
It's a mountain. She kicks you high.
Oh.
Oh my god.
I could have sworn. Wait. So what does matador mean? And what's the translation for matador? Let's see. Matador, exhausting, killing, horrible. What the fuck? Maybe I didn't spell it right. Matador, isn't it? Maybe it's 2. No, I spelled it right. Matador, the man who kills the bull in a bullfight. Yeah, obviously, right? But what does it translate to it? Or is it just a title? Because I'm getting like killer, fucking exhausting. What the fuck? Here we go. Horrible, absurd. What the fuck? Killer, matador, bullfighter. Okay, so there's no like root word or whatever. So okay, I could have sworn. I don't know why I thought that Matterhorn. I knew you did. I remember you telling me that that's what it was. It was a mountain. This wasn't the first time I've heard it, but I don't know. Maybe it's the combination of donkey kick, like donkey kick, bulls kick too. They do donkey kicks. I don't know. Whatever. Like, if it really bothers you, I will try to turn it into... No. Because what's Leo's move called?
Not donkey kick.
Well, what's it... You don't know what it's called?
It's Chinese or something. I don't know any of her moves.
Oh. Well, yeah. Unfortunately.
What's her K and K stance?
I don't know.
Exactly.
Well, yeah. Donkey kick. She's doing a donkey kick. Like, think about it. Using my definition.
We're gonna fight.
Is that not a donkey kick? When you see like a horse, like kick someone, do they not do what Lily does?
It's horizontal.
Just at a 90-degree angle.
It's reused kick with 2 kicks.
But it's up.
Yeah, horses can't fucking do
like,
that.
Lily does more of a donkey kick than Ryu does.
Like, even if a horse was super weirdly flexible, their fucking head would hit the dirt.
I know that
Trying
this
to
is
do
Tekken. She's just donkey kicking upwards. Like, put her like on a table laid out, and then she does it. Huh. Bam! Right? Like,
Tempting.
sure. She's just donkey kicking at a different angle. Yeah.
You fucking stoned, dude. What do you
No.
mean?
She's using both her feet to kick something. Hoo! That's all a donkey kick is. Like, it could be up, it could be left, it could be right, whatever. If it was down, it'd be like bison stomp. Which,
Flying is swimming in the air.
yeah, it's perspective. It's probably relative to where you started, if I had to guess. If you're keeping yourself up, you're flying. If you're keeping yourself, you're swimming. If you're not keeping yourself, you're floating. If you're unable to keep yourself up, you're falling. If you aren't moving and aren't keeping, you're dead. I got none for that one. But the sun is up, and that is my cue. Can I do it with Q that I can with is? Can. No, I can't do it can. Q.
Okay.
K. No, can K. In K. I see what you did. Ice is K.
Cake.
Cake. Ice cream and cake. Got it. Full circle. All right. That'll do it for Deezus After Dark. Before Deezus in the Morning happens, there will be no Deezus in the Morning, unfortunately. Tomorrow is... Today is like, Monday? Fuck me, man. Going through the list of things
Happy March.
It's March?
Yeah.
Oh, damn. Well, February came and gone. March the 1st. Any important days on March? Thailander, what's up? How's Tekken?
It's going swell.
It's going fantastic.